Super Bowl 44 belongs to the New Orleans Saints as they defeated the Indianapolis Colts by a score of 31-17. Drew Brees, the unbelievable quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, was named Super Bowl MVP. 32 of 39, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was a quarterback a QB rating of about 114, about an 82% completion percentage there. Drew Brees tonight looked like the regular season MVP. Not taking anything away from Peyton Manning, but when you throw a pick six in the Super Bowl late in the fourth quarter, it's going to hurt your football team when it was as tight as it was. And that interception return went 74 yards by Tracy Porter with about 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. That's the third longest in Super Bowl history. The New Orleans Saints outscored the Indianapolis Colts by a score of 31-7 after trailing after the first quarter by a score of 10-0. Peyton Manning started the game off looking unbelievably sharp, looked like the MVP of the league. We thought when the game started the way it did, we thought the Colts were going to run away with this, but the Saints obviously calmed down, got all the jitters out, relaxed, and from there, from the second quarter on, outplayed the Indianapolis Colts. 7 consecutive years of 12 wins or more. Out of the decade, 9 out of the last 10 seasons, the Indianapolis Colts made it to the playoffs. One time have they won a Super Bowl. And again, this one's going to hurt Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts for maybe a while. A lot of things went into this. The ineffective Dwight Freeney was ineffective as I thought he would be with that injured ankle. I thought he was going to end up playing the ball game, and he did. Saints have now beaten 5 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in this season. 4 of them Super Bowl MVPs. Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Kurt Warner. They also beat Brett Favre in the NFC Championship game. That's 5 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, 4 of them MVPs. This is a football team that obviously has earned their rightful place in NFL history. I mean, they did it with style, they did it with class, and they did it the way they did it all year long. They played hard, they played with a lot of heart, they played with the spirit of a city on their shoulders. The city of New Orleans really got behind the team this year when Sean Payton said at the beginning of the season that he thought this team would be a really good football team. I don't know if he thought that they would be this good, but the New Orleans Saints are bringing the Vince Lombardi trophy to the Big Easy for the first time in the 43-year history of this franchise. Garrett Hartley, another individual to note, 3 field goals tonight, 40 yards or more. That's the first time in Super Bowl history that's happened. 46, 44, and 47 yards respectively. And in my opinion, the game really turned around when the New Orleans Saints attempted and successfully converted an onside kick to start the second half. And then that led to a 58-yard touchdown drive that culminated in a Pierre Thomas 16-yard touchdown reception that gave the Saints a 13-10 lead coming out of the locker room. And it turned the game around. It turned momentum around. But despite the ensuing Colts possession where they drove downfield and scored and made the score 17-13, but the Saints never looked back. They they hit the 47-yard field goal by Garrett Hartley, cut the lead to 1. They after the possession after a missed 51-yard field goal by Matt Stover, who tonight who in the Super Bowl became the oldest player in Super Bowl history to ever play in a Super Bowl. He missed from 51 yards out. On the ensuing possession, the Saints drove the ball down the field, took the lead, converted on a 2-point conversion after it had to be challenged, where it looked to be Lance Moore dropped the ball on the 2-point conversion attempt. Sean Payton challenged it, and the ruling was overturned. 24-17 Saints. On the ensuing Colts possession was the Peyton Manning interception. And the rest is what they say is history. Peyton Manning, 4 NFL MVPs, all 4 years that he won the MVP. The Colts lost in the playoffs. Again, I say 9 out of 10 years here in this decade were playoff appearances by the Indianapolis Colts. 7 straight 12-win seasons. 4 Super Bowl losses. I'm sorry. 1 Super Bowl win. Excuse me, for 1 Super Bowl win. And you know, this is going to obviously hurt Peyton Manning's legacy. A very dejected Peyton Manning. All he could do was give credit to the Saints and take responsibility for the loss. And he said that he felt that he didn't make enough plays for his team to win. Again, final score 31-17. The New Orleans Saints and the Who Dat Nation are rejoicing on the streets of the French Quarter. When you bring, obviously, and with great excitement, as the Saints are bringing home, or bringing to the Big Easy, the Vince Lombardi Trophy. This is a Relentless Rebel. Join me later on this week as I recap who's going into the Hall of Fame, as well as other sports news to report. Again, final score 31-17. The New Orleans Saints are Super Bowl champions.